Hello and welcome to the latest This is the Music Meets podcast. I'm delighted to welcome back to the podcast Roy Fletcher, the frontman of the Shed Project, a band that I absolutely adore. Over the course of the podcast, we're going to talk about the band's debut album, what Roy thought of Nebworth, and we've got a very special Q&A section from a few fans of the Shed Project at the very end. Roy, welcome back to the podcast. How are you doing?
I'm okay, mate. How are you, Mark?
Yeah, can't complain. Life is pretty good here at This is the Music Towers.
It's good to be back, mate. Good to be back. Always a pleasure to speak to you, mate. You know that.
Great to hear. And as I say, it's brilliant to have you back on. And as I say, it's been about a year, obviously, since you were last on.
Yeah.
So in that period, have there been like any bands or artists that are on the new music scene like yourselves that have kind of like caught your eye?
Quite like Marseille at the moment.
Great band.
Young kids being given a chance by great people at Away Day Radio, you know what I mean? Away Day Records, and Dino and the gang there are doing a great job, you know what I mean? So I think they've just signed Matilda Shakes as well. So yeah, good on them, you know what I mean? Got on Soccer AM lately, and they've got a good vibe, good sound. Digging them, man.
Yeah.
So I've just heard Jace Campbell's new tune as well, which is quite. He played it when he supported us a couple of weeks ago in Bolton. Well, last month in Bolton, he played it. Yeah. He played it me on his phone, and really good, really good.
Oh, really? Oh,
he's a talented kid, him, Jace, a real talented kid. Great live as well, and he's just got a new band as well, so excited for him, mate, because he's a really good kid. So yeah, there's some good stuff about it, isn't there? Some good young ones coming through.
Yeah, there is. Obviously, as you say, obviously Marseille, massive fan of them, and Matilda Shakes, which they've got a song coming out in a couple of weeks, and I saw the clip of Jace Campbell playing live with his band.
Yeah, good, right, I say.
Great. So yeah, like yourself, free bands or free bands, free artists, whatever you want to call them, that I love as well. So yeah,
obviously, I'm digging the Heavy North's new album. I'm digging Skylights' new album. Dictator bringing some amazing things out. I think they're going to make it big this year. Dictator.
Yeah, definitely.
Arcade State as well. Some class bands up that end. You know what I mean? Up Glasgow way and all that. We hope to play there soon as well.
Brilliant.
We've got plans to go up there. So yeah. Been planting the seeds up there with a few bands from up there, so watch this space.
Nice, fingers crossed, and long may the the indie scene continue to be undergoing this revival that we've seen. Sort of, I guess it's probably like the last 2 years or so now. It's probably about the only positive thing that came out of COVID.
Yeah, it's just going from strength to strength, isn't it? Every tune you hear now, it's like with us. Oh, it's the best tune they've done. Oh, wait a minute, this is the best tune they've done. We're getting strong, and every band's getting like that now. The standard at the moment is absolutely fantastic.
It is.
And long may it continue. You know what I mean? Yeah. And everybody's still helping each other out, and you know what I mean, sharing things and that, which is good and positive as well. So may it long continue. Let's help each other out and get each other a lift, give each other a lift, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more there. And one of the things I wanted to ask you actually was that you've obviously been added to the bill for K-Fest, which obviously got cast of the legendary band from the 90s. You've got Clint Boone doing a little DJ set and Megan Wen as well. So sort of how did this opportunity sort of come about for you, and sort of how excited are you and the band to be playing this festival?
Absolutely buzzing. John Power cast and that, they're one of my heroes. You know, I've been watching them plenty of times. So yeah, Dub Pistols as well on there. They're great guys, great band. Clint's a dude anyway. I got it come about through Dan at the DDEs. When me and Dan met in Magaluf 15 years ago plus, the promoter who does KFest, John, he's an old promoter in Magaluf.
Right.
So obviously he knows me, and we've got on that way, you know. But obviously he's heard what we're doing. He's heard good reports of us live. So he just said, "Do you want to play it?" I said, "Yeah, no problem."
Oh, great stuff. And that's sort of like the first like gig that you've done like outside of sort of like, well, I'll say Manchester, but I guess like Bolton as well. Is that?
Yeah, it's going to be the first one outside of the Northwest. Anyway, we've done Manchester, Bolton, done Bury. So yeah, it's going to be good to get out of the Northwest. You know what I mean? And just try and get a few more followers who see us. Then, you know what I mean? Let's blow some minds that way. Which I've no doubt we will. We're confident. We could just go up now and do it. Bang. Everyone's just confident now. So yeah, but like I say, we've got plans to go to Glasgow. We've got plans to do a gig in Birmingham and London as well. Them are three places what are crying out for us. So we're definitely going to be doing them. It just depends when.
Oh, brilliant! Well, I can definitely second London, just because that's the nearest one for me. But that's just being selfish. But
yeah, them are the plans anyway. So
fantastic!
It's like I say, we don't want to be gigging it. We can't gig every week. You know what I mean? Like I've said before, but we've got a few things lined up anyway. A few surprises.
Great stuff. Very intrigued to hear what that may well be. But obviously, before obviously the festival, you're doing the Sessions gig in Aid of Macmillan, and you've also got your own headline show at Manchester Academy3, which is coming up at the end of June. Obviously, two different types of gigs. What can people expect?
At the Sessions was a no-brainer, you know what I mean. In Your Ears Music have been a support of us since the start, since they started, and we got to come on Twitter and stuff. Brilliant guys, you know what I mean, brilliant people. And then obviously with Kimbo, with the Sessions and Macmillan Cancer, it's close to my heart because I lost my mum to cancer. And Kimbo's just a top girl and a top supporter of all the bands, so it's a no-brainer, innit? You know what I mean? And some of the artists they've got on as well, Heavy North, Revivalry, Pez, Perry.
Meadowcroft, I think.
There's loads. There's loads in there. I'm like I say, but it's a top lineup, and like it's just a no-brainer. But yeah, we're doing an acoustic set. Me and Ollie from the band. We've got a good little set lined up. We went in and did it last week,
nice.
And it's turned out really good because I think I'm more suited to acoustic stuff as well, especially live, because I'm not exactly Axl Rose, if you know what I mean. It's hard when you shout when everyone's too loud and you're trying to shout over them, you know what I mean? And so yeah, it's going to be good. I'm into acoustic sets anyway. I like watching acoustic music. So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Plus, like I say, for Macmillan, brilliant cause, and let's raise a bit of money from them and let's have a cracking day. It's going to be good to meet other bands and that and watch them as well. You know.
Yeah, sure. And obviously your headline show. Looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm buzzing.
Because are the tickets all sold out for that now, or are they?
No, they've not sold out. There's still some left. I think we were expecting to pretty much sell it out straight away, but I think just sign of the times now. You know what I mean? People are still shitting themselves about going out. I think, which I've noticed going to gigs and stuff like that. So we've done a good few. We've covered everything and everything's sorted. So we're happy with what we sold, but. You're always happy if you sell it out, you know what I mean? We're not going to sell every gig out, which we know, but yeah, we're happy and we can't wait. We're going in Wednesday, just finalising the set and stuff like that. We've got some new tunes in the set as well. So yeah, buzzing, can't wait. Can't wait. Afternoon People, Civic Green, two class bands who I really love. MC Tunes, he's going to be playing all the Ascender stuff, and Dave Sweetmore as well is going to be hosting it and playing a load of indie bangers. So what a night it's going to be me. It's going to be brilliant.
It certainly sounds like it. And if you haven't got your ticket yet, then obviously head over to the Shed Project's bio, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc., and get your ticket, because as Roy's just said, it sounds like there's some great bands playing in addition to obviously Shed Project and a couple of DJs as well. What more could you want from a night out, eh? So obviously you did a little chat, and you did an electric set as well on Mancunian TV, just sort of about a week or so ago. So what was it like doing a gig like that compared to, sort of like a normal gig, and kind of like what has the reaction been like from people that have watched it back?
It's been good. I was a bit nervous, you know what I mean, because we had to wait a few hours, because we were on last, so obviously we had to watch it all, and then people had done their bits and we're getting off, and then. But yeah, we're good because we know all the people at Mancunian TV. They're all decent people, really good promoters and things like that, and they help all new bands out. So yeah, it was a bit of a different experience because we filled that place out in October where it was filmed.
Oh, so right, okay.
Yeah, it was a bit strange with it being quite empty, you know what I mean, and with a camera in your face, but yeah, it was a good experience, and I'd like to do more of it, you know what I mean. One would be nice, but yeah, we're a little bit nervous, but I think we did really well for the first time on TV, like, you know what I mean, live. So yeah, buzzing.
Yeah, I thought you came across fantastic. As I
brilliant.
Said over to you on our chats and stuff. So and obviously it's great to hear that other people share that opinion as well, really. So let's have a little talk then about the debut album, The Curious Mind of the Common Man.
Yeah.
Sort of how proud are you that it's now finally here in all its glory?
Utterly proud, you know what I mean? That was when me and John started it, that was the aim that was a dream anyway, to just have an album out on vinyl with our names on it, and we've achieved it, you know what I mean? It's in press now, so I'm led to believe. I'm hoping to get the test presses in the next couple of weeks. The vinyls, what we put online, they're sold out, and there's obviously the CD that's sold out. We've got a few left what we're going to save for the Academy to try and generate a bit of money, but we've had a brilliant reaction to it. Everyone who's wrote about it has wrote about it positively, and it's just been greatly received. I just think we've got stuck between the Heavy Norths album and Skylights album, you know what I mean? We've been sandwiched between them, so it's overlooked ours a little bit, I think. No disrespect to them, because they're great artists and great albums, but I think eventually people will see it for what it is, you know what I mean? I think it's up there with any album, no problem whatsoever. But I just wanted to get rid of that, the first band, and because halfway through we had the first lineup, and then second half we had the new lineup. So I just wanted to put all them tunes to bed, you know what I mean? That's why we redid them from scratch and stuff like that, remastered them, remixed them, and then I could just put them to bed now and work on this new stuff with the new lineup. Well, it's a 10-month-old lineup now, you know what I mean? But it's just a new start now. It's the second coming, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm proud of it. I'm really proud of it, and I'm proud of how it's been received, and it's just a buzz. People like yourself writing about it, and other people, you know, and it's we've had some amazing reviews.
Yeah, you have definitely, and I don't think they wouldn't have written that like great reviews if it wasn't a great album. And you said there obviously that you think it's as good as anything that's come out. For me, I mean, maybe I'm biased, I don't know, but for me personally, it was definitely, when you said it was coming out, I thought, great, you know, I've been waiting for it for quite a while. So definitely, you know, really anticipated for when it come out, and it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's definitely delivered.
Like I say, every tune's different. Every tune on it's different. You know what I mean? Different subjects, different vibes, different. Yep. So you've got a bit of everything. So I think in time, people will get onto it more. You know what I mean? And like I say, we're still learning, we're still going.
Yeah.
Don't expect miracles overnight, but just keep being humble and just keep making music, innit?
Yeah, no, definitely.
We do it to enjoy it, and that's what we're doing. As long as we're enjoying it, we'll still give it you. Just started writing the second album now. The second album's written. It's just a matter of just getting these tunes out now. So you've heard If You Know, You Know.
Yeah, which is brilliant. No, I'm not going to mess around. It's brilliant.
That's what I mean. It's just getting better and better. The next one we just started called Crowd Pleaser, and that's back to our jangly roots. So let's give them an hardcore one, and then let's go back to our jangly roots, and then after that, let's give you a love song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got loads of it coming. So yeah, loads to come. Loads more to come.
Sounds really, really exciting. But what I would like to know is the title of the album. Sort of, where did it come from? You know, what was the inspiration for that title? And was there any other titles that maybe were in the mix?
I've had a mad life. I've had a crazy life, and I've done things. Like I say, I've seen things you don't want to see, as in my life. You know what I mean? And I've seen it all, and it's just a curious mind. I'm a common man, and I've got a curious mind, and let's just leave it at that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was the title from the start. I just knew in my head when I thought, right, that's it. It just come in straight away, and I just said to the lads at the time, I said, this is going to be it, and they went, perfect, because obviously they know me and what I'm like. So yeah, that's where that comes from. Because like I say, it is a bit of a biography of my thoughts of the last few years, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. And sort of as well, that you've just mentioned there, going back, a heavier, sort of rockier song, and then going jangly and love songs. So when it came to actually like working out the running order for the Curious Mind, was it quite straightforward to work out the running order? I always knew that Modern Way we're going to start it, because it's got that I Want to Be Adored vibe, bills, and then obviously Friend, I wanted it to be Long Like Resurrection, so I loosely based it on that Stone Roses lineup. I wanted a statement to start it off and a statement to finish it, and I think Modern Way, being as political as it is, and how it builds, and then Friend, how it just goes on, false start, stops, and that. I just wanted the start and the end to be a statement, and I think we've achieved that. But yeah, it was quite easy to run in order. We all sat down. We just did a CD of the rough recordings, listened to it in the studio where we rehearse, and I think it was only 2 songs where we had to turn around, and everyone was pretty easy about it, you know what I mean? And it flowed. So yeah, I think it flows really well. I think it flows really, really well. No, totally agree with you. And being in, obviously I know you're a massive Stone Roses fan, so to be, to take inspiration from obviously what they've done in the past, done in the past, like it's not exactly a bad, to
be even compared to bands like the Roses, the Mondays, you know what I mean? Which we always do in every review. We get compared to the Roses, the Mondays, Northside, the Charlatans. So we can't be doing that bad, you know what I mean? But it's good when people say it's the Shed Project and not them bands, you know what I mean? We might be influenced by bands, we might sound like them bands, but at the end of the day, it's our sound, it's the Shed Project.
Yeah.
Which makes me really, really proud, you know what I mean? I buzz off that, because we're making our own mark now, you know what I mean? To be compared to them bands is just absolutely amazing. To be compared to your heroes is you know what I mean? Play music to your influences, you know what I mean? People get slagged off for sounding like Oasis or whatever. If them are your influences, play to them. Simple as.
At the end of the day, You like what you like. You're into, you
I'm
know.
not, I'm not. I'm not gonna like indie music and then play a reggae tune or you play like, you know what I mean. So yeah, just play it. But my influences stem from Northern Soul to heavy metal to
Yeah.
rap to 60s to anything. So I think that's why our music's so varied. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And every tune's different because we've got so many influences and so many varieties of music. What we listen to, nothing's out of bounds. So yeah, I think that's an advantage to us of just being a little bit older and delving into what we listen to.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sure. So obviously when the album come out, obviously it was released, it was available on all sort of the usual, you know, streaming download platforms.
Yeah.
And obviously on CD. Am I correct in saying you said earlier that the vinyl is it sold out now? Did you say, or is it?
Yeah, it has sold out online. It's going to be available. There's a few copies going to be available from Wax and Beans, the record store there, but saved a few for them. But I wanted it to be limited. I didn't want to do how many hundred. I just wanted to do 100, and that's it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And let it be gold dust, and just see, you know. So yeah, sold out, and hopefully when it's out, and you know, people will think, bloody hell, I wish I'd have bought that. You know, that's what I wanted it to be. One of them. Oh, bloody hell, I wish I'd have bought that album now. You know. So yeah. Plus, I didn't want 200 hanging about my house anyway if it didn't sell, you know what I mean? The big gamble because the CD makes you a bit of money. The CD paid for the vinyl.
Right. Okay.
And the t-shirt sales as well. It paid for the vinyl to be produced, but you're not making much of a markup on vinyl anyway. But that was just a dream to have it on vinyl.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the dream come true. So when that comes, I'm going to piss my pants. Because, like I say, I'm a vinyl collector. John is, Tim is. We're all vinyl collectors in the band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think young Ollie's heard of vinyl in the band. He's only 19. I'll have this copy.
There's something a bit more magical, I think, about a vinyl as well, isn't there? Really, you know, getting the artwork, you know, getting the physical copy in your hand, and obviously, you know, like the effort that the band's put into the artwork and stuff like that. So, you know, I can't wait for my copy to arrive. So we're playing it loud, definitely, and playing it to death, and your neighbours will want to know who you are. So one of the things as well that I'd like to know is, and this is probably quite a difficult question, to be honest. Obviously, you know, each song on the album obviously means something personal to you, something different to you. But if you were to pick just 3 songs from the album, what would you say your sort of like your favorite songs?
Day in the Dam.
Yeah.
I think lyrically it's one of my best. I just love the bass to it. That bass line what Tim come up with on that, and just a jangly feel, you know, the Johnny Marr guitar. And then you've got the switch at the end, you know what I mean? The first bit of the album's the walking around Amsterdam. The second half of the album's the trip. You're tripping in Amsterdam. So to make a song in 2 halves like we have done, and then to include all the background stuff in it and stuff like that, I was really proud of it. And obviously it was from my mate Rex, who died, you know what I mean? I played it in 2 weeks before he died in his kitchen and stuff like that. So, and then to dedicate it to him, it means an awful lot. But I just think the musicianship on that tune and the lyrics, everything about the tune is amazing. So yeah. Second one would be obviously My Life. It's our most successful tune, and I think lyrically that's my best as well. Between them two, them and lyrically my best. My Life, A Day in the Dam, but My Life's just a cracking tune. It's probably our most commercial poppy tune. Yeah. But yeah, that's a cracker. It's obviously personal to me as well. Then the other's probably Bedtime, because we give it to Wise Up, and people rang, like I said last time, people rang them up, and it's helped people, that song, and it's helped us raise money for them as well, Wise Up. So to do that of a song, what I wrote about is in a really bad place, and that's made people inspired to ring Wise Up and donate money to them and help them with mental health. It's I'm very proud of it. So yeah, there'd be them 3 songs, I think. I think Bedtime's my all-time favourite of ours.
Yeah,
I think it's probably because it's really personal to me, you know what I mean? But I just think it's an amazing tune as well.
Yeah, great art. Yeah, I mean the lyrics on. I mean, to be fair, the lyrics on the whole album are obviously, fantastic.
I think lyrics are my strong point. You know what I mean? I think they're a really strong point of mine, only because I've lived it.
And I think that's why as well that like people, fans of the band can relate
to
what you're saying, because it's stuff that you, when you listen to it, go, oh yeah, that reminds me of something that I did, or obviously the Damn obviously being a great example of that.
It's got a few hidden references in that.
Yeah, there's a few, yeah.
But I'll let everyone make their mind up on that one.
Yeah. It's all about the tourist bit anyway. So for people that haven't heard the album yet, how would you describe it?
Easy listening for the masses.
Great.
It's just easy listening, isn't it? Like you just said, you can relate to it. You can put yourself in that place. You can, I did that. I grew up like that. I did this. The modern way, the government's not your friend. They're all a bunch of wankers. They're all lying bastards. That's what that's what that song's about. You know what I mean? Don't trust them. But people are living in shit while they're living it up. You know what I mean? And lying to us every single day of their lives. You know what I mean? And they don't care for us. None of them do.
No.
So yeah, I just easy listening, innit? It's relatable. It's honest. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I'd describe it.
Great description there, and obviously I know we talked about this very briefly before we started tonight, but obviously you went to Nebworth on the first day, on the Friday, obviously to see Liam Gallagher. So sort of how was it? Any highlights or funny incidents that you wish to share with us today? And I know as well that you went in '96. So how did it compare?
On a level, both times amazing. You know what I mean? 96 was just free because I got over the fence. But I don't get comparisons between Liam and Oasis. You know what I mean? Oasis was Oasis. Liam's doing his thing. Obviously sings Oasis songs because there is songs as well as no songs. But both events was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And we stayed in Hemel Hempstead this time, and it's like 40 minutes away in a taxi because we couldn't get near Nebworth. So we went to Stevenage, had a few beers there, got to Nebworth. I think the Sniffers or something were on when I missed Pastel, got in too late, but I've heard some good reports about them.
Yeah,
John watched Pastel. He was in our band, and he said they were brilliant. I got in for them Amelia and the Sniffers or something. They're not my cup of tea. I just thought it were noise. Paolo Nutini, not my thing, but it was good to listen to him and just nod my head and that. And then Kasabian, I was a bit worried about Kasabian, but they smashed it. They absolutely smashed it without Tom, obviously. But yeah, it was, as soon as they come on, that was it. Bang. And then Liam just absolutely. And then when John Squire come on, I nearly pissed my pants part two. I think I just put my head on my hands like that, and I didn't even think, from the first time around that John would be back on.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a oh my God moment, like. But yeah, just a day, just everything. But afterwards, the logistics was really bad. Trying to get a taxi and stuff like that. I think we were walking around for 3.5 hours. I feel like Jesus. just got in my bed about 3 o'clock. My feet were just throbbing, but it didn't spoil from the amazing time I had. And to see so many young people worshipping Liam, you know what I mean? That makes me feel great. That 50-year-old man getting worshipped off 16, 17-year-old kids. Just proves, like, my son's 24 now, and he listens to the Roses. He listens to music because he heard me blasting it when he was a kid. You know what I mean? So generations, and it's good that kids can appreciate that time and that music. Plus, they're blessed with all this new stuff what's coming out. So yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely, and great to hear actually how well it went down. You know, as you say, he's doing his thing. I think, unfortunately, the comparisons are always going to be there, aren't they?
They're always going to be there.
Oasis, and I did see some unflattering report in a broadsheet newspaper, which did make me wonder if they were actually at the right gig.
Yeah, they did. I've read a few of them. The Guardian, I think another one, and I thought, were you actually there? You know what I mean? You're just talking shit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So while we're sort of on a bit of a nostalgic trip there, what 3 albums would you take with you on a desert island? Hopefully you don't get stranded on a desert island in the first place, but something would have gone drastically wrong there. But if hypothetically speaking, of course, what would you be choosing?
Stone Roses, isn't it? Stone Roses, The Chronic, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. That would be me 3. Nice. Different. Constant. Listen to them the last 30 years constantly. Still buzz off them. Know all the words. Still, like I said, I did a podcast the other day, and I said I put the Stone Roses album on the other day in my van driving to work, and I've not heard it for about a month, and I still get that feeling. You know, when you know,
hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
Still get it. And even when I listen to Doggy Style and The Chronic, and just amazing albums, amazing. But there's so many great albums in there. But yeah, them would be my 3. Them are the ones I've listened to most the last 30 odd years. So yeah, I'd take them anywhere with me. Great choices.
So you've got £30 to spend on a takeaway. What are you ordering, and who are you going to bring along?
30 quid?
Yeah. We can up it if you need to.
I'm 15.5 stone, mate. It's got to be Chinese, hasn't it? It's got to be hot and sour soup, spring rolls, salt and pepper, chicken, crispy duck, special chili, garlic, and fried rice. That'll do me.
And who are you going to invite along with you?
I'll invite Bruce Lee. Give him a bit of China. Give him a bit of his own cooking.
Brilliant, fantastic. And once you've both polished off your takeaway,
we'll have a scrap.
What's gonna be brilliant? I love it. What's you gonna be your favourite TV show you're gonna sit down with him and watch?
I'd watch Into the Dragon with him, and then I'd have a scrap with him. No, Bruce Lee's one of my heroes, and Enter the Dragon is one of my favourite films of all time. So
great stuff. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do something slightly different on the podcast. So we've actually gone out and reached out to some of the Shed Project followers. Obviously, you're quite a big user of Twitter and social media, and as I say, we've opened up the floor. And we're gonna ask some of them questions now. So first up, we've got some questions from Paula.
Yeah.
So she asks, "What are your guilty pleasures, music-wise?"
Duran Duran. Absolutely love Duran Duran. Simon Le Bon, sexy man. I like a bit of erasure. So yeah, them two are probably my guilty pleasures, stuff like that. Yeah, Duran Duran and erasure, and a bit of Spandau thrown in as well.
Nice. And Paula also wants to know, what is the best piece of advice you've been given, and would you give to others?
Don't eat yellow snow.
Fair enough. It's very good advice, to be fair. And
don't take drugs. Oh dear.
This could go anywhere now, that question with that.
Yeah.
So, which song do you wish you could have written?
Tell you what, Star City Serenade by Jay Tennant.
That I wasn't expecting that, I must say, but that is a great tune and a great shout.
Song, just lyrically, musically. I listen to it a lot, and it's one song that's really, really grabbed me. So yeah, let's give Jay a bit of credit.
Yeah,
for the songwriter he is, you know what I mean. But yeah, Star City, what a tune.
Yeah, yes, and
just everything he comes out with.
So underrated as well, I feel, Jay.
He is. He should be out there, man. You've got a lot of these Jerry Cinnamon wannabes, you know what I mean? And that's what they are. And they're getting on every festival. They're getting on this, that. The shite, man. They haven't got the songwriting talent to that, man. But that's the industry, isn't it?
Unfortunately, yes. And I'm looking forward to when his album drops. I think he's having a delay with the vinyl crew, shall we say?
Oh, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's Star City, man. Great tune.
And who is your favourite Paula?
Policy. Great lady.
I'll be looking forward to her reaction to that.
Yeah.
So we obviously just mentioned Jay Tennant there, with his song that you wished that you'd written. We're going to move on to another sort of solo artist now who's also asked a question, who happens to be one of my sort of favourite artists that I've discovered in the last sort of 18 months or so. That person is Sam Lambeth.
Top guy.
And Sam wants to know, did you have any doubts about the Shed project? You've been had different lineups and different bands along the way. So what is different about the Shed project?
We're just enjoying it. We don't take it too seriously. I think once you start taking things too seriously, once money gets involved, once managers get involved, once outside people get involved, I think that's where your problems start, and I think that's what ruins a lot of bands. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy what you're doing. You know what I mean? If things don't strive for things to happen, let them happen. You know what I mean? It is frustrating. I get frustrated, as you well know. You know what I mean? It is a very, very frustrating business, and it's a cutthroat business, and it's full of CUNTs at the top. But just carry on and keep enjoying it. You know what I mean? But Sam, I love Sam to bits. What he does for other artists and other people, and the time he puts in, and his own tunes as well. You know what I mean? What a guy. You know what I mean? It's genuine, just selfless, beautiful man. So yeah, every credit to Sam. Yeah, he's a top guy.
Yeah, agree wholeheartedly there with what you've said.
I can't wait to meet him. You know what I mean? I can't wait to finally meet him and things like that. Hopefully, we'll do a gig with him down the line when we're down Birmingham. I'd love to have Jay and Sam on with us, which we spoke about. I have spoke to Sam about it, and I have spoke to Jay about it. If we do come down to Birmingham, I'd definitely have them two supporting us.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. It's like I say, it's already been spoke about. It's just time and when we can get down there. But when we get down there, they'll be the first to ask. You know what I mean? So yeah,
sure. You can't do no more than that, really.
Yeah.
So, Music Remedy asked. Obviously, you famously painted Johnny Marr's house. So, if you could paint anyone else's house, who would you choose?
I paint number 10 and I'd fucking paint it. I'd paint all the windows and fucking smash them all. And then I'd paint wanker all over the walls. So yeah, with Boris Johnson's house and I'd ruin it.
Brilliant. Well, I think at the moment you're going to struggle to get in there. I think they're all in there, aren't they? So
if I got in there for 96, I'll get in there. Don't worry about that.
And we've got to make this happen. I want to see this.
Yeah, Johnny's a cool dude. I've seen him not long ago, Johnny, actually, and he was doing a video at my mate's studio in Bolton, and I went down and it were like two old mates. We were chatting for about an hour, and the guy who were doing the video, he couldn't believe how me and him got on and knew each other, and it was just like two old friends. And even he was like, "Let's just stood there like that," you know what I mean? We're just two old friends catching up. No airs, no graces, just a top dude. Just a dude. Hopefully, I'm going to be seeing him again soon as well. So, top guy.
Yeah, and obviously goes about saying what a legend he is. Obviously on the guitar and obviously his solo stuff is well, top notch as well. I think really it's fair to say.
Yeah, just a normal everyday guy. You know what I mean? Not arrogant, not achieved so much and kept his feet on the ground. You know what I mean? Which is credit to him, because there's a lot of wankers out there who think they're above people and they're not. You know what I mean? We've had it lately with photographers, believe it or not. We had one at Christmas. I'll name them all nameless. We had one at Christmas, asked him to do a shoot. Took him 5-6 days to even reply to me, and then he agreed to it. Then it took him 5 or 6 days to reply to me again. So I just said, bollocks to you. And then we asked a couple, DM'd a few about the Academy gig, because I regular guy. He does Ian Brown and the Stone Roses. He's called Simon Lee, but he's away on the day of the Academy. So I messaged 3 photographers, not even big names. Not even got back to me, not even acknowledged me, seen the message. So then I messaged a pretty well-known photographer. And the first thing he said was, "I don't think you can afford me." So that got me back up straight away. I thought, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? I've been pricing jobs 30 years in my life, and I would never, ever, whether you're a millionaire, whether you're in a council house, whether you're a smackhead, whatever you are, whatever, you're all the same, you know what I mean? And to say that to us, I don't think you can afford me, was like, so I just let it lie, and then I replied to it yesterday. I just basically said, "You fucking absolute dickhead," like, you know, just because we're not a band you've probably not heard of, we would have been prepared to pay 180 quid, I think he wanted. I said, I would have paid that, no problem, but because of your attitude, you just lost a job, you'd know. So he's not replied to us. And if we ever bump into him, I'll tell him to his face, you know what I mean? But that's just the arrogance in the business.
Wow.
I deal with multi-millionaires. I deal with the poorest people. I deal with businessmen. I deal with men on suits. I'll go on site with my shorts on, and I'll be dealing with a man in a £1,000 Armani suit. But he's no different to the person in the council house to me, and they'll get the same price. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It got me back up big time. It took me a few days to word it right, if you know what I mean.
No, definitely. That's
that's what you're up against. You know what I mean? And
ridiculous.
I just think, you know, just because we're not a band you've probably not heard of, or we're not big, it doesn't mean that we can't pay you what you want. You know what I mean? So that's just
definitely.
It's just the arrogance of the business.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if you don't if you don't want to do it, then
Just say no.
just say sorry. I'm
busy.
full or whatever. Yeah. Even just come up with a because you never know, somewhere down the line. Actual facts, I want to do that. I want to come to a Shed Project gig, and I want to do the photography, videography, whatever it may be. And as you said, that's it now. You ain't getting it.
Yeah, well, let them be. And like I say, if you ever see them in the flesh, they'll get told. Simple as.
Yeah.
But I think that, like I say, that's just the arrogance in the business. What I'm learning. I knew it existed, but when you hear it from others and then you start experiencing it yourself, you think, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? But I'm prepared for it because people have warned me about it. But I wouldn't dream of speaking to anybody in my line of work. You know what I mean? I meet different people every day, and I won't even dream of speaking to people like that.
Yeah,
so,
agree with you wholeheartedly with everything that you've just said there. So what's next then? What's next for the Shed Project? I mean, obviously I've been lucky enough to hear it. Obviously, as you know, but you've been teasing your followers on the socials, for a few weeks with clips of new songs. You've mentioned obviously in this chat that you've written the second album's written and obviously ready to go. So I mean, are you going to look to release new music this year, or is it
Yeah, definitely. But if you know. It's just got a few final tweaks and a master. You heard the latest version.
It's brilliant.
Just a
fantastic song.
Just a few little things we've got to tweak with that now. We've virtually sussed it. Because we're getting everyone involved now. Before it was just like me, John and Tim, but we're trying to get everybody's input now. So we just want to make sure everybody's involved with it. So we want to get everything right to everybody, you know what I mean? So, excuse me. But yeah, if you knows next, so I reckon that'll be out in 4 or 5 weeks. Then we're starting another song called Crowd Pleaser. After the Academy, then we're going to get enough money together then to book 7 days in a proper studio then, and let's experience what a proper studio is like.
Wow.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just do the experience. Because we've done it in the shed. We're doing it well with Danny now at the Jade Assembly. So we're still working with Danny in his bedroom because he's learning as well. You know what I mean? It's something he's learning. But I think we've cracked it now. I think the production side of things we've cracked it. But we're going to take Danny to the studio when we've got enough money and let's book in a proper studio, and do at least 3 or 4 songs in a proper studio and get that experience of being in a proper studio. So that's coming. But the songs have we've got a load we play live, which obviously haven't been properly demoed yet. So we're going to go in and demo everything we've got, everything we play live. Weekend Millionaire, Crowd Pleaser. We're going to be starting Crowd Pleaser after that. Weekend Millionaire, Crowd Pleaser, Days. There's bloody loads. Easy's another good tune. If you're getting busy, you're getting better. That's in the vein of bedtime. I wrote that one with David Flitcroft, professional football manager.
I remember. More know his brother, to be fair, Gary. But
Gary. Well, I work for Gary, but I wrote that for Dave. It's mad, isn't it? I wrote that song with Dave. His dad died, and he sent me over a poem, and he gets busy. He gets better by getting busy. So He sent me this poem he'd written, and then I made it into a song, and we do it live. That's going to be a good one, and just flowing ideas are flowing all the time. I've wrote one called Selfie Queen. I want to do that in a Sleaford mod style, a bit of a spoken word, bit of a streets. I've got an idea for that. So our second album, I've already wrote it down. And then, just to make more tunes, do more gigs. Got something coming up in November, which we're going to announce soon. Obviously doing the Care Fest. But if I've put my name forward to support Ian Brown in September, October.
Brilliant.
So Indigo Fingers put a word in for us I think Tim Hilton's put a word in for us and a few others who are around Ian. I've got onto Ian's manager as well. Well, the guy who looks after Rosie's comrade, and I've put my name forward for that. So,
wow,
you never know, do you?
If that comes off, I mean, you probably retire, wouldn't you? After that, you wouldn't, what a tick, what a big tick.
But I think we're good enough to play things like that. Seeing them support bands at Glastonbury. No disrespect to them, but we're on a par with them. We're on a par with them live, no problem.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm really confident when we go on live that we can do it. Which we've proven, and we're just getting better and better and more confident. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're just going in now, and we're not even thinking about it. We just bang, and then. But we started to work on them and stop this, do that, and everyone's chipping in now. I think when Shane and Ollie come along, just a massive difference in the dynamics of the band. You know what I mean? And for a 19-year-old kid, Ollie, his musical knowledge and what he did, well, you've heard his guitar playing. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. And then Shane's just a really competent drummer. So yeah, they brought a massive difference to the band and the dynamics of the band and things like that. So yeah, there's lots to look forward to.
Yeah, bloody hell, it sounds amazing. To be fair, so much going on. But one of the things I just want to pick up on there that you mentioned about, obviously, talk about maybe recording 3, maybe 4 songs when you go into the sort of the proper studio. Yeah. So do you? I mean, you might not even know it at this point, but do you think that might look to be like standalone single releases? A little bit further down the line, or maybe like an EP, something different from the album type thing, or
probably just something different from the album. We're going to go in after the Academy gig. We're going to get that out of the way, and then we're going to just concentrate on getting all these songs down as proper demos. So then, because obviously studio time's money, you know what I mean? So we've got to get prepared, say, right, we've got to do this one. Let's get our parts down. Let's go in that studio, smash it, and then bang, 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 and let's see what it's like and see how they come out. But yeah, I think just working with Danny in his bedroom anyway now is we're up there production-wise with anybody now. I think the production, what Danny does with us and what we're doing is up there now. So, but just to get the experience and go in a studio and see what it's like.
Yeah, no, well, I don't blame you. And you're saying there about the production. I think you can, you can hear it straight away how good it is. You listen to, and not being disrespectful to other bands, but it's not quite right. Do you know what I mean? With other, but yours is spot on in my mind.
It's only took us it took us over 12 months. You know what I mean? I think when we released "Feel My Love," that was the point where I thought, we've got this now. You know what I mean? We know what we're doing, but yeah, we're learning all the time. You know what I mean? I'm still learning about songwriting, and the lads, are still learning about writing tunes. So, but some of the stuff we've got written, some of the stuff we do live anyway, them tunes on their own are going to be amazing. But some of the new stuff we've written down, we could just go in there. The lads will play a tune. I'll start singing lyrics within 5-10 minutes. We've got the bones of a tune straight away. So,
yeah.
There's no shortage of ideas, and there's no shortage of lyrics. So as long as we enjoy it, we'll keep doing it.
And I think that is the most important thing. And I guess as long as you've still got people interested, streaming, downloading, whatever, buying tickets for the gigs, etc., then why not? You obviously, I've said to you before on the previous podcast we had you on for, but obviously on our socials or on our conversations about what I think of the band, and I think that's reciprocated across socials, and it just needs maybe just like this Ian Brown gig, if it was to happen, just that one moment, do you know what I mean? Just to, and then suddenly bang, off you go, like onto a the next.
People are still discovering us anyway. You know what I mean? We've had loads of new followers and DMs and wow, I've never heard of you lot. Where have you lot come from? And so we're still getting discovered. And you've got to think about it. A lot of these bands have been around 8, 9, 10 years who we're up against, who we're competing against. Well, not competing against, but who we're getting compared to and stuff like that. And it's nice to be compared to bands, Skylights, Heavy North, Dictator, all these top bands, and you know what I mean, and being played on shows with all the top bands, and we don't sound out of place, you know what I mean, and that's credit to our songwriting and credit to how far we've come in 2.5 years. So yeah, we've come a long way in a short time.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Obviously, you're top lads and a great band, and obviously I wish you continued success with the album, and obviously the gigs that we've mentioned as well, especially all 3 of the gigs you've got coming up, to be fair, but I guess probably a little bit more so with the headline show, I guess. But Roy, unfortunately, that is the end of the podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you back on here today.
Always, thank you.
Oh, you're far too kind. And as I say, I wish you continued success with the album. And for people that haven't heard the album yet, it is available to stream, download. Shed Project's debut album, The Curious Mind of a Common Man. And there are going to be a limited number of CDs, I believe, and vinyl to be sold at some of the upcoming gigs and at Wax and Beans, as Roy mentioned earlier. All that leaves me to say is thank you to everyone for listening to the latest This Is The Music Meets podcast. Don't forget to hit subscribe on your preferred podcast provider, and you will get the notifications of all future podcasts straight into your inbox. Roy, thanks again very much for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much,
and I will see you somewhere down the road.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.